Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big Gator. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. We are covering Wimbledon. Day one, round one. We're going to get into it. We just finished capturing and covering all of Mallorca and Eastbourne. Shout out to Talon Greekspor for winning Mallorca and Taylor Fritz for winning Eastbourne. We had some tickets for yesterday, and if you're new to the channel, just know that there's a ticket on every video, usually. Sometimes there might not be. There's not a reason to bet every day, but so far there's been a reason, for me at least. So if you're interested in getting some bets, just hop into the pinned comment, and if you're feeling generous for any wins that you get for these free picks, you're more than welcome to hit the link to donate. More than welcome to. There's no requirement. That's just there to do so. Okay, there's a lot of stuff to go through today. Before we get to that, let's talk about our finals. How did we do? Did anybody do well? Anyone have any tickets? Any takers? Anyone take Talon Greekspor money line or him for a set today? Did anyone take Taylor Fritz for a set today? Take his money line? I took the match over 22.5 games. It happens. Not too mad at it, honestly. Happy to see either one of my Americans get a dub off of our soil for the U.S. Open as well. So, if you're like me, put in the chat, put in the comments, hey, happy to just see a dub happen for the U.S. of A. Some weird stuff going on over here, and it's good to see us at least winning in tennis and focus on something positive. So, without further ado, we're going to try and go through this, man. There's 64 matches. Obviously, we're not going to go through all of them in a timely... We can't go through them in a condensed way, but we will go through them as much as we need to, right? Like, it's a lot of stuff to go through here. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hop into the chat and say what you guys are playing. There's too many matches, so there's plenty of picks to go around. I'm going to consolidate the best ones we find. All right, so let's get into it. Wimbledon, day one, round one. Going just down the sportsbooks list and seeing what we have, okay? Got Jack Draper and Sebastian Baez. Sebastian Baez has no type of grass resume, so this should be a pretty simple cakewalk, walk in the park for him. A lot of Jack Draper's recent matches have been him playing in England, and this is the place for him to actually get his spuds off. He's 3-1 so far on the courts, and he's going against somebody with a 3-10 career record. That's a 23% win percentage. Jack Draper wins the match. By how much? You want to take a spread? I don't know. Jack Draper would have to beat this guy 6-3, 6-3, 6-2. So, if you think he's going to win that, then have him covering the spread minus 9.5. I'd get him for like something a little bit less devious if they allow it. But Jack Draper to win the match. Will he do it in under 18.5 games? Probably. I don't see it getting to a tiebreak, but he might have one game where it gets 5-5 because he's like losing focus. So be on the lookout for that. I don't know too much about what to play there, but I know Jack Draper's going to get that dub. So we can move on to, let's see, we have Brandon Nakashima going against Boo. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm looking for a player. And he's not coming out. What the heck? Terrible. O Inchakete, boo. Boo O Inchakete. Is going against Brandon Nakashima. Now, this will be their... They have a head-to-head? Let's see. They've never played each other before. But as we know, Nakashima's been in pretty good form on the grass. Boo is at a 0-2 so far this season. He's 5-9. Not too much experience on this. I can see him struggling. He had lost in straight sets to in low rounds, like qualification round in London for the Queen's Club, and first round against Laszlo Djere in Mallorca. Nakashima should take this no problemo. Will he drop a set? I'm not too sure. Still first round. There's going to be a few of these where we will probably be able to scope out straight sets, but not all of them. And if I do think that there is one, I'll let you know. So moving on, we have Daniel Evans and Jay Clarke. Now, Daniel Evans, after watching him play that slice, y'all got Jay Clarke fucked up. That's what I personally think. After like how he performed against Jensen Brooksby, people seemingly didn't have an answer for him up until I saw that. When I saw how Jensen Brooksby dealt with him, I was like, I don't know, bro. Jay Clarke is literally 10 years younger. Daniel Evans has a rapport on the grass. Jay Clarke has been 0-4, has been losing in almost straight sets on every grass match he's had this season. So maybe not. But oh, I don't want to touch this one. These guys are both English. This could be an upset match for sure. Like, mark my words. Jay Clarke ranked 199. And Daniel Evans ranked 170. He's playing some alright tennis, but he could be tired. He's been playing a lot of tennis recently. He's also 35. That tank might be slowing down. Don't be surprised if Jay Clarke... I think Jay Clarke can get a set, though, bro. He gotta, like... I think the boy can get a set. Against Daniel Evans, I think he can get a set. Let's not get it fucked up here. Daniel Evans, when was the last time he even, like, straight set somebody on the grass? And a Grand Slam? $2021. What was that, 4 years ago? He was 31, now he's 36. Or 35, I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry, excuse me. He's got a decent track record in the first few rounds at Wimbledon. It's been a while though. He retired first round last year against Nakashima. No. That was in Queen's Club. Right after that, he lost in straight sets to Tabilo. Alejandro Tabilo. Who last year went 7-2, but didn't have necessarily a good record on the grass. I don't know, man. Jay Clarke is gonna get us a set though. That's how I'm feeling. All right, moving right along. Got Kovacevic going against Fucsovics. They've yet to play each other. Kovacevic is better ranked, but he has a lower percentage win rate on the grass. As we know, Fucsovics has a pretty decent track record on the grass. As we know, he's pretty good. He, so far, I think he's 6-2 this season. So decent isn't even the word. He's playing well. He made it to the quarterfinals in Stuttgart. Beat Rinderknecht in straight sets. Hoffman, and then 2 challenger players. Patrick Zaraj and Baez Zukayev. He beat Zachary Savjda. Svajda, sorry. He's playing decently. Can't lie. He's made it to the 3rd round in Wimbledon before. He beat Talon Griekspoor in straight sets, who just came off of a win. That was 2 years ago, though. As far as Kova goes, he's only been able to beat one person. Everyone else has been kind of handling him pretty well on the grass. Should be a win for Fucsovics, but don't be surprised if we get a set from Kovacevic. Wouldn't be surprised if he got one. All right, moving right along. Ofner and Medjedovic. Ofner has played like a few matches. Medjedovic has been playing well. He was able to drop a set off of Felix on his way out of that last tournament that he was in. Was at Mallorca, I believe. So he's looking like he's in good form. I would probably look at him to get a set. Maybe not to win the match. Between the two of them, there is no head-to-head history, I believe. There is not. So, off of just their recent forms alone, I would just say maybe both of them win a set, but hard for me to say. I would take Medjedovic to get a set for sure, because so he's had more success on the grass so far this season, but it's worth nothing. Minus 1100. All right, then we have Yannick Sinner going against Luca Nardi. Sinner's going to blow the brakes off this kid. He's been practicing in Wimbledon ever since he lost to Bublik. I will be so surprised if he's dropping a set getting into this tournament. Does he have a history of dropping sets in Wimbledon? Let's see. Not coming out the gate, he don't. But he can. He's going against somebody lethal like Stan Wawrinka. You can take a set off of him. But there's some random people that seemingly have been able to get some off of him too. In 2022, it's been too long to actually use that as a sample size, though. As a sample. Fucsovics. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Safulin got a set off him. Quarterfinals 2 years ago. First round straight sets against Juan Manuel Cerundolo. Dropped a set to Yannick Hoffman. Last year though, so Sinner might not take it in straight sets. He may win in 4. He may win in 4. So there's no history between them. I would take a spread maybe. But that'd be it. Basilashvili. Okay. So for the next match, we have Nicolas Basilashvili going against Lorenzo Musetti. 1-1 so far in their head-to-heads. They haven't played each other in 3 years, so it's hard to say who does what. But Musetti was bested by Nikolaos on the grass in Stuttgart 3 years ago. So he did seem to best him on the grass in the past. Musetti also seemingly retired in his match against Alcaraz in the semis and Roland Garros. In that fourth set after he got bageled. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. And then we have so far Basilashvili has been winning every match he has had. Qualies and all that in Wimbledon. He had some roughness getting onto the grass, but he seemed to be adjusted and be ready for Wimbledon. So we have Musetti winning by a landslide. But he hasn't played on the grass yet this season. So I'm like, Nikolaos is definitely good for a set when that's the case. People will take a second to get their feet. And these, when they transition from grass to clay, and he hasn't played in some damn near a month, so I wouldn't be too surprised if Nikolaos gets a set. Oh, we have Jesper de Jong going against Chris Eubanks. Obviously, we want Chris Eubanks to win this match. Can we put money on him? We can't. We want to so badly. Trust me. I'm screaming to do it. Chris Eubanks in the all white. Smoke him down. He's beaten Jesper twice now. But that was 4 years ago. When he was just a young pup, only 21 years old. De Jong was. Eubanks has been outside of his match against Pedro Araujo. He's lost 6 matches in a row. Across 3 continents and 5 countries. De Jong is not too far behind. Not too far behind. So Chris Eubanks does have a pretty decent track record on the grass, as we do know. At one point in time, he was smoking hot on this surface. He won Mallorca back in 2023. Beat Mannarino in straight sets in the finals, 6-1, 6-4. He made it to the semifinals in Wimbledon 2 years ago. Lost in the first round last year, though, straight sets against Hayls. As he's gotten back this season, he's played 1 match, lost against Murphy Cassone. 6-4, 6-3. And Murphy has beaten him before on the indoor hard courts. So, Chris Eubanks, we love Chris Eubanks. I want him to get a set at the very least. Can I bet on him to win the match? I think we can. If you're feeling risky and you want to have a straight bet on somebody that's going to like get you in your emotions, Chris Eubanks is the guy to do it. He's 27 and 22 on the grass. That's a lot of experience going against somebody who's 6 and 12, like the Jong, right? So Eubanks has had some good seasons on the grass. Maybe that was just that one season. Maybe he comes back and turns back up this year. We don't know. I'm hoping that he turns up though. That's what I want to see. All right, moving right along. We have, as we were just talking about, Quentin Hollis going against August Holmgren. Quentin Hollis is minus 950 to win this match. So, I mean, the upset potential must be very low for Holmgren. They've yet to play each other around the same age. Holmgren is Dutch. Quentin is French. Quentin is 24 and 20 on the grass across all seasons. He's 16 and 17 this season across all surfaces. Holmgren is 19 and 14 across all surfaces, but he is 3 and 1 on the grass, which is the first time he's played on grass in his entire career. So, seems like he gets it pretty well. He got into a 5-setter literally 2 days ago in the qualification round. He won 3 tiebreaks. Well, let me see. I'm sorry. He won 2 out of the 3 tiebreaks that were in that match. What were those stats? Let me see. Boy had 21 aces, 12 double faults. First serve percentage was 79%. Oh, I'm sorry. Serve 69%. Still not bad. 59% is not bad. 69% is not bad. Holmgren, I don't think he. Seems like Hayls is a bit out of form on the grass this season. Might catch one lacking here. Might catch him lacking this year. Holmgren might be able to get something to get pulled off. Maybe even a set. It is quite possible for him to get a set. I don't care too much for that match, though. So, next we have Muller. Alexander Muller going against Novak Djokovic. This should be their first time playing, I believe. If not, there's probably like a 2-match win streak that Djokovic has on him. Okay, 1. He beat him in straight sets in the U.S. Open. 6-0, 6-2, 6-3. 2 years ago. Djokovic has slaughtered on grass. Historically, as you know, he always ends up in the final, so that's no big surprise there that he will probably end up winning this match. And straight sets, that's the question we would really have for this match, right? Like, does he win in straight sets or not? Big Gator, tell us, is he going to do it or not? In the first round, it seemingly has been a trend that he gives up no sets in the first round. Since 2022, he has been straight setting people in the first round of Wimbledon. So, historically, he straight setted people in Wimbledon more than he hasn't. So, taking Novak in straight sets here statistically would be something that you could do because it's happened multiple times. It's minus 290. It's a good parlay piece. All right. Moving right along, we have Comesana Francisco Comesana going against Corentin Moutet. Moutet just played in the final against Talon Greekspor. You probably shouldn't touch this match. Even though he's been playing good tennis, Comesana might just win off of just having the energy. So I wouldn't touch this one, honestly, because there's a lot of volatility involved with both of these guys playing against each other, given what they've both been through. Um, yeah, just wouldn't touch it. Just wouldn't touch it. But if you want to know if they had a head-to-head, they have not played each other before either. So yeah, just stay away. Just stay away. Moutet is coming off of a finals loss. He could be emotional. He could be tired. Comesana doesn't have great grass form. Hasn't played much on the grass. This will be his third match. It's just not worth getting into. All right, then we have the Battle of the Frenchmen. We have Gael Monfils going against Hugo Humbert. Now, this is actually something I don't know too much about. Damn it. I knew it. They played on the grass one time before, but it was an early retirement. It was a fifth set retirement from Monfils. I think Hugo retired. I'm sorry. Hugo won because Monfils retired in the third set, 3-0. But both of these guys have been a bit shaky on the grass this season, too. We only have, we've got a 50% win rate from Hugo on the grass so far, and he's known to be a grass specialist. Monfils has only had but one or two matches, so we got to give him a break. But in the past, he went 5-2 last season. And that was all in Mallorca, I believe. Didn't get too far in Wimbledon. Oh, he made it to the third round. Gave up a set to Manarino. Don't be surprised if he beats it. Hey, look. My money would, I know it's crazy, but my money would go on Monfils to win. Off of just like sheer experience and like still looking like he's not terrible. I'm not going to put money on it, but like I would say after Hugo kind of let me down a bit, and like there's been times when Hugo kind of does let us down. That out of both of these Frenchmen, Gael has been showing a bit more consistency on the winning side, though he's on a 2-match losing streak on the grass. Takes a second to get acclimated, get your bearings straight. I think he has figured it out. At the very least, Gael's going to get him a set. He's not losing no straight sets. That's not happening. So if you want to take it for him to get a set, I would do that. Just because that's a little bit safer than taking it over 3.5, because straight sets could happen. All right. And when I say it could happen, I think it would happen on Monfils' end. Hugo has beaten him more, but one was because of a retirement, so it's pretty much tied between them. But it's all been on the grass. On hard courts. I trust Gael a bit more right now. How are we on time? We're at 30 minutes. Are we even decently through this chunk of stuff? Kinda. Okay, well we have Arthur Cazaux going against Adam Walton. Cazaux's beaten him twice already on the hard courts in the past year in straight sets. Seemingly has his number. Cazaux is bit more experience on the grass. He's 14-9 across all seasons. He's 3-1 so far this season with his qualification rounds and his first loss against Mannarino and Nottingham. He's been having some pretty close sets, but ultimately he's getting the win in these matches. Walton, though 26 years old, he's 1-4 on the grass this season and 5-9 across his career. Hasn't been playing too hot, to be quite frank. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a win from Cazaux here. Could it go back and forth with the sets? Maybe. Walton did make it to a tiebreak with Alcaraz this year, so that is debatably harder to get to, I would say, than a 4-set win over a challenger player. I don't know. I can't say that for sure. I'm just saying out loud because that's what sounds right. Next we have next we have Hijikata. Rinky Hijikata going against David Goffin. Goffin is described by Francis Tiafoe as a freak. And I think about that when I want to bet on him. I'm like, this guy he's known amongst the other people on tour as like this freak of nature. And like, he could be good, he couldn't be sometimes. So him and Rinky have played each other. The head-to-head is 1-1, I believe. I have to look it up. Hold on. Okay, it's 2-1. It's been going back and forth in straight sets, which is crazy. 6-1, 6-3 Goffin, 6-1, 6-2 Hijikata, 6-2, 6-3 Goffin, all on hard courts. This will be different, and I think Goffin will have the edge here. Just because of the sheer experience. He's played a lot more on the grass. Him getting a set is surprisingly not as much worth as Hijikata to get one. Hijikata's minus 1100, which is crazy. He's been losing a lot of his matches, but he's been taking a set. So I think that's why he's been able to get a set in almost every match he's been playing on the grass this season. Goffin hasn't played on one yet, which doesn't really scare me all too much. Even when he has been losing, he's been able to get a set in these matches. So in a Grand Slam, I'm not too afraid of him popping in and getting a set or two. I like him to just get a simple set, though. All right. We have Alex Michelsen going against Miomir Kecmanovic. These two, I don't think, have played each other before. They are 1-1 across multiple surfaces. Okay, Michelsen just beat him this year on the clay at the Estoril Challenger, and right before that, Kecmanovic beat him in straight sets in Delray Beach. So, what do we make of that? Michelsen is coming off of a loss in the semifinals against Moutet. So he's got a bit of a fire underneath him right now. But he was in pretty good form too. Been catching his bearings on the grass this season. He's 20-14 going against someone who's 19-23. Kecmanovic is 0-2 in the grass this season. Michelsen should win, but it'd be that Kecmanovic can surprise you. That's one thing I've seen. He has surprised us on this channel before. And he is a surpriser. So I will not touch that match just because there could be a upset somewhere. Plus, one of these guys is like not fully rested, right? So, all right. We got Navone going against Shapovalov. Navone has no grass resume for the most part, and El Chapo, as we know, has had some rough matches coming into the grass season, but he should get this win without a single problem. Shouldn't be a single problem at all for him to get this. El Chapo may give off a set, so maybe if we're gonna take him 3-1, but that's super risky. Wouldn't do it for the first round. That's just an idea to throw out there. All right, and what do we have next? We have Pedro Martinez going against George Loffhagen. Loffhagen gave us some pretty good tennis against Riley Opelka. We took him on the money line last week against Loffhagen, and he won by the skin of his teeth. Lost the very next one against Mensik. And Loffhagen looked really good. He had a nice array of shots with him. He had some nice slices, some nice drops. He was able to hit wide. He was able to hit deep. I was liking the guy's game. I think going against Pedro Martinez, someone that doesn't have a great rapport and a great record on the grass, he will actually take this match. He's favored to win, but I think he'll take it being on UK soil, being from the UK as well. And then we have Alexander Shevchenko going against Riley Opelka. Opelka definitely lost that match to get some good rest to see how far he gets in Wimbledon. Another reason why I took him to lose against Mensik, because this guy needs more rest for bigger things to do on his schedule, right? Like bigger tournaments like Grand Slams, this guy's got to get some good rest. So Opelka is got a 53% win rate on the grass, going against Shevchenko, who is 1-5. He lost in a tiebreak against Elias Ymer. If I'm saying that right, it's probably Elias. And this shit right. Elias Ymer. Cool. I was right. All right, so I'm going against Ymer, losing in straight sets in Mallorca. I wonder if you can get aces for this match. Wonder what the aces plays are for this. I'd get Opelka for like 20 aces. Opelka did beat him earlier this year in Dallas in straight sets in the indoor hard courts, but they did go to a tiebreaker. So might not be too crazy to take Shevchenko to cover a spread, honestly. It's at plus 3.5. Wouldn't be too mad if it got to like 5.5. I'm not mad at a plus 5.5 spread from that guy. Something to keep in mind. All right, who we got next? Trying to get through it as fast and as seemingly quick as possible, but it's a lot of them, guys. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. We're not even halfway cracked through 11 o'clock yet. So it may just be in the best interest to like look through these matchups and then go through the ones that make the most sense to cover, just to save you guys time. At this point, we're already at 40 minutes, so let's just run through and see what makes the most sense here. Let's see. We got Demonar going against RCB. Demonar's been having kind of an iffy jump on the grass this season, huh? He is 3-0 against RCB, Roberto Carballes Benya, but this is the first time they're playing on the grass, which he hasn't been looking too strong on. And neither has RCB. He just retired in his last match. Against Ofner. So could be avoided match. Leave that one alone. We've been seeing some decent strides coming from Gary Lehechka. That's a match that I think we should touch on. Okay, so Yuri Lehechka is going against Hugo Delien. This might be a straight setter. This may be a straight setter. Out of so far, the two bets I like the most is straight sets for Lehechka and for Djokovic. Some decent money there for you guys. Gail to win a set. Yeah, Lehechka's just playing so well. Hard to ignore him, right? He's been balling. He has been balling. All right, and then we have Mensik going against Gaston. Mensik's been playing really well. You know, he just lost. He's got a huge chip on his shoulder, so you best believe he's coming into this next one to win some shit. He's got some good wins on the grass this season. Gaston, lefty's been in pretty bad form recently. Safe to say that Mensik takes this win. And how many sets, I'm not too sure. It'll be hard to say. Ben Shelton and Alex Bolt. Ben Shelton has been having some unfortunate losses, but he has good, decent form in Wimbledon. So I'm looking forward to him actually doing really well in this tournament. Alex Bolt does have a better history and experience on the grass, so this could be a bit of a close match. I don't think there's going to be a straight setter, so having it go over 3.5 sets is probably the optimal move if you didn't want to take Ben Shelton outright. It's actually worth more money to take that than for him to win in straight sets. So I might just lean on that one just because I think because he's been playing in such iffy form, he can give up a set and he'll take a set. So that alone will that's a bet that hits right there. So it's minus 170. Who else do we have? We have Munar going against Bublik. Bublik dropped out of our last tournament, right? Because he won the previous one in Hull. So now he's refocusing up for Wimbledon. Might not have to work too hard now that he got his paycheck for the year. But this is where a huge paycheck comes in if you just get a few wins here. So Bublik is going to have to lock in super hard. Munar is someone who got a set off of Alcaraz and almost scared him into losing that match and Queen's Club. So I wouldn't be surprised if you got a set from Munar. Like don't think that he can't get a set. But yeah, I would go for Bublik, but I would take Munar to take the set just to like not bet on the outcome of the actual match because Munar he will scare you. He's all over the place. But if he can't handle the serve, then he can't handle the serve. So we'll see if he can handle the serve against Bublik on Monday. Let's see. So many people still. We have Dimitrov and Nishioka. Dimitrov was hurt and Roland Garros backed out. Not worth touching that match. And we have Jumhur. Okay, so we have Damir Jumhur going against Thomas Mahach. And Thomas Mahach has not been playing too crazily great, has he? He's not been playing like lost to Bubik in a tiebreaker. Beat Madison and beat Jesper de Jong. He's been having a lot of. He had 2 back-to-back retirements on the clay. I like Demir to get a set. After seeing how he's been playing, dude, that dude grinds hard. He gets a set in like every match that he shouldn't have got. First off, he beat Giovanni and Pecci Pericard back in Roland Garros. That was crazy. And then he got a set off Carlos Alcaraz. That guy is somebody that I would be worried about right now. He got a set off Render Catch as well in Mallorca on the grass. So I like that position he's in. Mahach seems like he was battling with a bit of an injury. Doesn't have that much of that much grass experience to like truly like overpower him. Playstyle wise, I'm not really too worried about him because Demir goes after everything. He's got more experience on the grass than Mahach. Don't be surprised if this dude wins. Just gonna say that outright. Might be plus money to get him on a set spread plus 1.5. I might fucking take that. Not gonna lie. If he loses, he loses 3-2 against Mahach right now. That's what I feel. If Mahach wins, he wins 3-2. If this guy wins, he might win 4-1. I mean 3-1. So him for a set is almost plus money. I'd take that, man. Him to get over 14.5 total games, I'd take that too. All right, so next we have Johannes Monday going against Tommy Paul. Tommy Paul is only had 1 match, lost against Daniel Evans in Eastbourne. So he's had to do some reassessing, I'm sure. He only got a set off in that match. But Johannes Monday should not be much of a threat to him. We know Tommy Paul has some decent history on the grass, right? He went 10-2 last year, making it decently far. And Wimbledon to the semifinals, right after making it to the quarterfinals. I'm sorry, losing to Alcaraz right before. Right before that, he won. Excuse me. He won the Queens Club tournament. against Musetti in the final. Barely dropped a set that whole time. So we know Tommy Paul can play well on the grass. We know he can. He just needs to get his feet wet. Might be a good match to take aces. Honestly, could be a good aces match. Tommy Paul. All right. Who else do we have? Jeez. Oh man, we have got Tiafoe going against Elmer Muller. Tiafoe got smoked by Daniel Evans in straight sets. What do we think we get from Tiafoe this time around? This is the first head-to-head for both of these guys. Tiafoe's got a decent record on the grass. He should be winning in straight sets. Being as though this guy's never played on grass before. He's ranked 114. He hasn't won a single hard court match this season. He's 0-5, so he's just a good clay player, it looks like. And plays decently on the indoor courts, but he hasn't played a single grass match, so him starting against Tiafoe might be a little bit more than he can chew. Tiafoe's going to definitely get his shit together. But will he lose focus? It's very possible. It's very possible that he can give up a set in this match. But last time we did that train of thinking, that didn't work out for us. But he also had some time on that surface. Tiafoe didn't drop a set in Roland Garros until the quarterfinals. So, do we get that same big foe? Hard to say. Hard to say. Hard to say. I'll tell you this. I'll go through a few more of these. Because we have some matches that are just like, oh wow, okay. There's just so many names. Like we have Lerner Tien, Basilashvili. Tien's been playing so well. I root for Lerner Tien all the time. Basilashvili has been struggling on the grass. These guys are peers though. American peers. They play each other in challengers. Their weaknesses against each other are not that weak because they have such good strengths against each other. So a spread would be a good thing to take for this game. I will probably be taking the spread, but I wish I can get a plus spread for Tien to take. That's what I would like. A buffer for Tien. Just because when you have beaten your friend twice in a row, they're going to be trying to win. So that's going to be the situation here. He's 2-0 in the head-to-heads between him and Basilashvili, so we might have a turned up, maybe even a set given off by Basilashvili or taken by Basilashvili. Hard to say. But my money is on Tien to go pretty far, further than Basilashvili. I think he gets some clips him here. Hopefully we have a really good, intense match, though, over a certain amount of games or something like that. But let's knock out the last little bits we have. I'll just read out the ones that I'm just going to just be reading out. Okay, Carreño Busta going against Rodesh. Won't be covering that one, not enough time. Billy Harris going against Lajovic. Harris should win. Zepieri going against Mochizuki. No clue. Arnaldi going against Vandersloot. Janschlup. I'll get his name right. Arnaldi, I think. I don't know. That's a hard one. Toss up. I don't know their stats. Brooksby and Griekspoor. 2 finalists from this current week of tennis. Griekspoor should definitely win that match. Brandon Holt versus Fakina. I think Fakina might take it, or it'll go over 3.5 sets. Fritz and Pericard. Pericard's been down for a minute, so we'll see if he's in good form. But Fritz has won 2 opens already, so he's obviously in great form. He may be keeping it going in this tournament. Could he be tired? We don't know. He has a little bit of time to rest, so we'll see. Then we have Diallo and Altmaier. Diallo's been playing well up until he had to go against Griekspoor. Griekspoor got rid of him in straight sets. That was probably a little reminder for him, humbled him a bit. He was on a pretty decent win streak, so that has him probably leveled a bit to come back into this smoking. I like Diallo to win the match. I think Altmaier hasn't been playing too crazily well as comparably to Diallo, so also my reason why. Rinderknecht versus Zverev. Zverev has had a hot and cold grass season, but Rinderknecht has had some really close losses. He's not playing bad. He's just losing. So I want to keep that there. He's not playing bad. He's just losing. He could get a set off, Zverev. Zverev probably won't allow that. There won't be a lot of opportunities for it, but he can do it. He can do it. We have Fernley and Fonseca. Fonseca is the favorite here. He's fun to bet on. If you want to take him to win, take him to win. You want to bet against a British person playing in the UK, go right ahead. Burnley, I don't know if he has. Actually, I don't know. This might be a decent like matchup. I think Fonseca wins, but I think it might be a really good match. Might be a fun one to watch with all 64 of them happening at once. Colleone and Silic, I don't know too much about that one. Evans and Clarke, toss up to English dudes, like I said before. Shing and Vukic. Toss up Vukic to win though. Sonego and Jaime Fadia. Sonego should win the match. Fadia has got some grit to him. He could get a set. I would look into whether you think. Well, actually, I would look into like the markets and which one's weighing more, over 3.5 sets, or for Faria to get a set. Probably the over 3.5 sets. Nakashima and Boo. Nakashima gets the dub there easily. We talked about that. Okay. Manarino and O'Connell. Manarino. Been playing not terribly. We have Tarved, Oliver Tarved, and Leandro Reedy. No clue about who they are. See how they do. See who wins in their match. Giron and Ugo Carabelli or Belly. Giron just lost to Fritz, but he made it close. So I like him to at least get to the second round. I think he'll get a win here. Probably 3-1. Giron. Is that it? We have Thomas Echeverry and Jack Jones. Echeverry's been playing well on grass, even though he's not known to play well on grass. And Jack Jones is still challenger level, still cracking his way into the ATP. Careful with that one. Echeverry might win, should win, but he could do a surprise because he's not known to do the grass thing as well and as often. An upset could be there, so just be careful. I'm leaning on some things that are going to be pretty like ironclad. I feel. Like I like TN to get a set. maybe a set spread for TN or something like that. Lehechka to win in straights. I like. Who else we got? We got Medvedev. Bonzi and Medvedev playing as well. Medvedev's been playing in great form. Bonzi isn't that versed on the grass. He hasn't played much this season as well. So Medvedev's been close to getting a chip underneath his belt for this tournament, but he's been getting, unfortunately, plucked out the way and on his ride. So then we have Mac McDonald going against Khachanov, Karen Khachanov, and Carlos going against Fabio Fanini. Cam Nori going against Batista Agu. That's going to be a good match. Zizou Berg's going against Harris. Sitter's going against Royer. Holger Rune going against Nicholas Jerry. Cerundolo going against Borges. Popperin going against Ferry. Garderi going against Safulin. Kopriva going against Thompson. Bellucci going against Crawford. Like, there's just still more. So you guys put in the comments which ones you guys would like to see. Which ones you're looking at playing. I will give a good look over this. We have a good day to go over this. We can talk about it in the comments for the next day. So make sure you put it there. Timestamps, forgive me. They'll take a while to get this through. This is like an hour of me having, minute segments on each one. So forgive me if I missed some timestamps for this one. This is a long one. The next video is going to be a long one. If you guys would rather me condense the picks I just would like to look at and the matches I would like to look at, let me know. I know you guys aren't going to watch all of these anyway, so I know it's just here to just be here. So I value your time. Hopefully you value mine to look at the analysis I'm doing for all of these. We're gonna get some money though. Let's get into Wimbledon. Let's hit it hard. Let's get some strong, sharp picks. I was losing some sharpness in the last 2 days, and I apologize for that. We're gonna clean that up though, and I want to start playing some pretty sharpness because it's Wimbledon. You gotta be on your A game. So be prepared for some A game picks. I'm Big Gator. I love you all. I'll be looking for you guys tomorrow. See you in the comments tonight. Let me know what you're playing. I won't be putting a ticket in probably till later on, but hey, I'll see you guys then. Fudge. Something that I should notice, I should preface as well. Parlay specials are going to be a new thing, or event specials, match specials. They're going to be certified spoke. That's going to be coming up here a lot in my face, on my phone, on my sports books. I will look for the diamond in the rough picks for you guys. We've had some pretty good single bets that are plus money. We took Minsick straight sets a few days ago, plus 190. That was a bang. So I'm gonna keep looking for things like that for us to get money all the time, especially with this early part of the tournament. So if you guys got straight set plays, spread plays, let me know. I'm Big Gator. I will catch you guys tomorrow. I love you all. I said that already, but goodbye.